Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan. The topic of this 10-minute moan is, wait for this, Santa's been sacked for being too anti-Labour. Now, that's a sort of headline you never thought you would ever read, but I just have in GB News. Now, they've done a piece on this last night, which was on TV, and the article's made its way onto the website. The headline is, Pensioner Santa Claus volunteer sacked by a charity for his anti-Labour social media posts, and he's told to stop donating to a food bank too. This old guy, right, lovely old man, I've seen him on the TV. He's been doing it for a couple of years. He got asked to fill in because his pal was getting too old for it. He done it, he done the lights turning on in the local thing, he done a couple of charity things, and then he said, do you know what, this is fantastic. So he started going around normal people in other groups as Santa, and he would go around as a volunteer, and he would go around the day before, and he would collect if they wanted presents, and he would turn up the following day with the presents, houses, groups and all that carry on. And he'd been booking them in this year, right? And wonderful old guy. And what he was doing, if somebody said, no, I want to pay you, he refused, and he asked them to make a donation to the food bank. And he raised nearly a couple of £100 last year. Now, that to me is what communities are all about. Folk getting in about it, making other people smile, and helping other charities. It's people like that who should be applauded in our communities and society. But not if they say they're anti-Labour. So the story goes, he made a post that he was moaning about Labour. I'll try and find it. He's a well-known figure in the local community, performing light switch-ons with the Lord Mayor and offering free Santa visits to families, right? And this was encouraged donations to Montgomery Hall Food Bank in Wath upon Dearn. That's where he lives. Okay, and it was them that sacked him, right? 71-year-old. Last year he collected 171 quid in cash donations alongside numerous bags of food for the community partnership. But clearly he was left gutted when he received a formal letter from the group stating his social media posts about Labour cancelling Christmas had upset some board members and volunteers, and he was deemed inappropriate and anti-Labour. How dare you? How dare you, this man of the community, be anti-Labour in today's society? I mean, they won the election after all, with about 30% of the vote. So, the guy said, it knocked me for six, it made me feel violated. For me, it was disgusting with a local church magazine delivered. The magazine had been delivered in the same day as a letter. I'd just not seen it. There was a message there from Montgomery Hall Food Bank asking for Christmas donations, as they're badly in need of donations, even though they've asked me to donate stuff elsewhere, right? Because if he's going to still carry on doing his normal stuff over and above the stuff for this centre, they'll not even want his donations anymore. So the letter says, I'm writing to you regarding a recent social media post you have made, which were brought up at the recent partnership board meeting. The posts in question about Labour cancelling Christmas have upset the board members and volunteers and are deemed inappropriate. As you are aware, a lot of time and effort is put into organising the Waith Christmas Festival, which is done by a small group of dedicated volunteers, most of them being part of the Labour Party. With this in mind, they don't feel it's appropriate that you fulfil the role of Santa, and I wanted to inform you we will be exploring other options. However, I would like to put on record our thanks for all the help and support over previous years. I do also need to make you aware that Montgomery Hall Food Bank is in a comfortable position and doesn't require any further financial donations at this time. Therefore, I suggest you share your charitable donations through your work at Santa at any local organisations who may require the help more than Montgomery Hall. Once again, thank you for your support, and I hope you understand why these business decisions have been made by the partnership and Montgomery Hall board. Mental, right? Lynn Cadman, secretary. I don't know what's going on here. Is it maybe I spoke to a lot of people that work in the charity sector up here, and a lot of charities get pressure that they might not get funding if they don't toe the party line with whoever's in charge in Scotland, and that happens to be the SNP at the moment. I wonder if this is something that's going on here in this charity partnership ever gets some government funding and they're scared to do away with it. But saying that, they've told them, this man, that they don't want his donations, so they must be fine. They must be one of the only charities, if not the only charity, in the whole of the United Kingdom that doesn't need any charitable donations. It's absolutely incredible, isn't it? How dare they? So, I imagine a small group. It's as if they maybe, this wee group, you get a lot of these in smaller communities that, no, it's us that do it, not you. And it's this, we don't want outside help. And it's, if you're not in the Labour Party and swinging your left views all over the place, then they're not happy with you. So then, it's just incredible, isn't it, the society we live in? That man should be applauded for his efforts in the community. But a society we live in. Now, the founder and director of the Free Speech Union, Toby Young, told GB News, I doubt Mr Cleary would have been sacked if he'd posted anti-conservative sentiments on social media. He was going to dress up in a red costume. Isn't that enough for his Labour Party supporting employers? That's great, witty. And the GB News has contacted Waith upon Dern Community Partnership for comment. But until now, they haven't received one. But that's the society we live in. 71-year-old guy. He's probably having a go at, Labour Party with the, what do you call it? Fuel allowance, cutting that. Winter fuel allowance. He's put a social media post out somewhere saying Labour cancel Christmas. And these swines, absolute swines, I've hunted him. He man's doing great stuff for his community. 71-year-old, I hope I'm A, still about when I'm 71, and B, fit enough to help my community when I'm his age. However, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe and hit the notifications bell. Put your comments below. Let us know what you think of this story. But most importantly of all, unless you are, what's the name of them, Waith upon Dern Community Partnership, or any of these swines that don't want anybody who doesn't toe your left-leaning attitudes. Not you, but
everyone else. Have a great day. Cheerio, bye now.